Hello guys, and welcome to this week's Limitless weekly update. Now, the first thing I'm saying is this, and that is that the weekly updates are not going to be weekly anymore. They're going to be sporadic. And what I mean by that is that I'm going to do weekly uploads whenever I feel it's right to do so, because I'm taking up precious video space on my weekly uploads with these videos that necessarily don't need to be made as often. So there will be a weekly update still. I'll just call them a weekly update because it's an update of what I'm doing in my week that you're watching. But indeed, it won't be every week. Yeah, so it just seems to be that I'm gathering way more video than I can even output at the moment. So I am getting very far behind, which isn't a bad thing because it means you guys have always got content, but it just means that it's a lot of pressure on me to try and get it all done, and I like to be on top of things, especially when people are waiting, you know, a few weeks for uploads and things. You know, we don't want people waiting, we want people to be seeing it while it's still fresh and in their memory. I mean, it's sort of been brought on by the fact I'm looking at April and first of all seeing that it's a 5-week month, which already is long, but secondly to that, it means I've got probably another 5 weekends worth of videos coming, and looking at how full my GoPro is, I'm going to need a bigger battery and all other things. So guys, welcome to this week's update. The weekend just gone was super wet, or at least for literally the end of the week through to Saturday. I went and got my my tints done, some dechrome bits done that you'll see in a later point on a video I do when I do an update on the car. By JP Tints. He did an excellent job. Now what I'm going to say next doesn't mean he didn't do an excellent job, because he did do an excellent job, but because of the weather being so dreadful, literally so freaking bad, I had to drive obviously 2 hours to Bristol, and then on the day of Castle Coombe Saturday it was soaking wet. Obviously what happened was no joke, I got 5 minutes to Bristol on my sunstrip, or part of the sunstrip come off, which I was gutted about. So that happened, and then also the eyebrows that he did, version 2 of the eyebrows on the headlights, one of those has also come up and gathered dirt. It's still on the car, but it's all tacky. So yeah, that was the start of the weekend. It wasn't very good. Again, nothing against him. The rest of the work he's done is very good. It's just down to circumstances. All of the same, he used the same material for the sunstrip that he did for the dechrome, and the rest of it hasn't come off. So, you know, it's not cheap material. But yeah, he did an excellent job, and I'll be back there with him for more soon. As we went into Saturday, talking about a washout, Coombe was literally a washout. So we have got videos of basically cars, puddles, people getting stuck. And basically no action on track, because I had to go on early to do a few things, and basically the track wasn't really open until I had left. So yeah, it wasn't really ideal. And I mean, when they did open the track, you know, close to me leaving, there was multiple crashes. So yeah, it wasn't really much of a spring action day. It was more of a spring static day, but nonetheless, I dodged the rain as best I could in my wellies, and did get a lot of decent cars on video, which is always something, isn't it? Now on the Saturday evening, I attended a meet by a variety of groups up in Gloucester, heading down to Bristol, which indeed I didn't record because I've got too much video and I just wanted to catch up with people. So that was an amazing experience, to catch up with people that I haven't seen for a very long time. And then leading on to Sunday, I went to the Piston Heads meet at Goverington, I think they call it, at Prescott Hill, and again, lovely day out. It's very weird being there, not at Pugfest, because obviously that's going to come later in the year, but that was awesome. So you're going to see some hill climb action, again, people stuck in mud, and some really decent cars. The main ones being the two specialist brands at that event were Toyota and Lotus, mostly focusing on the two ZZ, 1ZZ engines that were used between them both, but obviously there's other variants of Toyotas and other vehicles there that had different engines. So yeah, that was the weekend, and it was decent. So I'm now cruising in the convertible. We've actually got warm weather at the moment in the daytime. It's starting to get warmer, and the benefits of having a convertible are starting to come through. Now, what's going on this weekend is actually not a lot. I've got catch up with videos. I've got some service work to do on not only mine, but Kirsten's 308cc as well. So I'm going to go quiet. Now, that's just how it's going to be. What that means is I'm only going to do weekly updates now whenever I need to. So they're going to be less frequent, which is probably not a bad thing. So there are a few events and there are a few things going on this month, and I'll update you guys about that when it comes. Now, this video was titled What's Going On in April. Well, I've just explained to you the Limitless weekly updates are going to be less, and there is a lot of events coming up soon, but it's a bit too far away to share, so I'll do that when the time is convenient to. So it leaves me with one thing to say, and only one thing to say, and that is, what is this week's uploads? So obviously you're here today, Tuesday, on my weekly update. Thursday we have a very small montage video of a game of urban hide and seek that we played, which basically ended up with armed police and police dogs and stuff. So we ended up not hiding from each other, but ended up hiding from the police, which was quite an interesting experience. So that is coming out Thursday, and then Friday we are finishing the week with the smoke scene merge video part 2. A mad night in London, incredible scenes, drifting, all cars you can think of. I mean, it's going to be a experience, I tell you that. So yeah, I mean, it's just yeah, things are going great, as it should do. So the DBS is sent off also for the driving instructor side of things as well, while I'm here preciously saving my pennies up, as well as trying to do all the other stuff I do, so I can begin my course. So that's really where that sits. And the only worthy mention for this week is just to mention that if you haven't already seen it, the video from last week, which is about the public space protection order that is coming into Bristol, potentially Gloucester and Gwent in Wales, that video has gone mental on my TikTok. It is one of the highest viewed videos I have ever seen for the short amount of time on there. It has gone mental. And that video is up on my YouTube. It's a bit of a long one, but sit down and enjoy it. I just want to say, first of all, obviously, that I'm not a Fed. Obviously, look at me and the stuff I do. I definitely don't work with the police in any way. This is basically a officer that has contacted me to tell me that this is what's going on. And the only reason why this officer does occasionally contact me is due to my previous page, and that is literally it. And he asked me if I could make the video, and I said, you know what, why not? It's going to help people, it's going to notify people about what the police are looking to do. Whether it's right or wrong, people need to know, and it needs to be out there in the open space, so that is why I have done it. I'm not playing the victim card or anything of the sort, for those that think I am. So guys, thank you very much for watching. That is going to be the end of it for now. I don't know when the next weekly one will be up, but obviously instead of having the weekly update, you're going to see additional videos anyway, so you're not losing out on much. So there we are, guys. Have a lovely week. I hope you've had a good Tuesday, or you're going to have a good Tuesday. Tuesday's over now if you watched it this evening. But I will see you guys very soon in the next update, and enjoy the content I've got coming this week. Speak to you guys soon.